Your life.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to Slow News Day Live. My name is Steve Boykinen. I'm here in the Santa Cruz Mountains. I will eventually be joined by one of my better than your co-hosts, Ali Alexander. Glory Jones has finals this week. She'll be with us whenever she can. We got a lot of cool things coming up, including Mark Steves from My Family Thinks I'm Crazy, which is just a fucking great name for a podcast. But joining us today for the first time, and I'm fucking stoked about this. Holy shit, dude, Sky Daddy, how are you? It's good to see you.
Doing great. Good to see you too, Steve. How are you doing?
Man, I'm hanging in there. You've been fucking cracking me up, dude. And I know that you're about to launch your own thing, and I wanted to kind of get you on to talk about that because I feel like you could be breaking some brains out there. And we should get people used to like seeing you and hearing you and shit on something other than like TikTok, right?
Yes. I mean, I just started TikTok. I don't think I'm gonna make it, Steve. I put a video up yesterday, and I think within maybe 15 minutes, someone reported me and it got taken down. I don't know if they're gonna be accepting of my sense of humor, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can work in there with sarcasm and still be a cunt without like cussing 1,000 times and calling people fuck. It's hard. It's really a struggle.
So we bypass that by just going ahead and swearing. And do a lot of the shit that I guess you're not supposed to, right?
Yeah.
When you get into this, you're apparently supposed to make pretend like elections matter. You're supposed to make pretend like politicians deep down care for you.
Yep. At least
you're supposed to make pretend that that your punditry is more important than on the ground activism.
Yes.
And then that way, as long as you color inside the lines and you ratchet up the fucking social justice division and you fucking like avoid the national security state like it's the fucking boogeyman, then you could have a place out here. But then for like the rest of us who just have middle fingers for that, like we could walk into a place like, for example, Rockfin, where they don't hide our content. And they allow like every idea to be put forth and watched and judged on its merit. And shows like this rise up to the top, whereas like your run of the mill fucking, you really can't tell the difference between the content creators. Like you have to like look and be like, oh, okay, that's that milquetoast white dude, not the milquetoast white dude that I was thinking about 30 seconds ago when I clicked on this thing. It turns out there's a whole factory cranking out like milquetoast motherfuckers left and right and putting them on camera.
Oh, I know. I've noticed the same thing of like the co-option, you know? I'm not gonna like say any names or anything because I do not like pointing out shills. They're just obvious to me. And I like to stay in my lane. But man, the vast amount of co-option is crazy. Like things that I would never, people who I would never think like shills would be need to get close to control certain movements. It's really insane.
Okay, so people ask me like, how the fuck did you get this way? And I tell them clean LSD and Coast to Coast with Art Bell in the 80s and 90s and fucking real punk and hip hop. And like, you have a perspective that for all intents and purposes in this space it is much more unique. Where did that come from?
I think that's deep. Like,
well, yeah, that's what we do.
It's what we do. I think for me, I kind of always had innate skepticism. I think at a young age, maybe I was like 13, 14, and I kept asking my teacher about why there's so much China rhetoric. China's the enemy, or China, and it's been for forever. But I was like, but I thought our economy relies on China. Like we always get all our goods from China. If there really was our enemy, why wouldn't we have more of a in-house economy? And this was at a young age. And I was just like, this doesn't make sense. And I really kind of stopped paying attention to that type of shit after that because I really just did not believe it. But I was like, I kind of grew up in a rough situation. So I was like homeless most of my adolescence. So I really didn't have time to ponder shit. I really just did not. I was just trying to survive day to day. So I think that this kind of reemerged when I was in the military. I was in the military and I was working as an air traffic controller, and you have certain clearances and whatnot. And I definitely won't ever go into detail about that, but pretty much I figured out whatever they tell the public is bullshit, and that pretty much nothing that they fucking say is the truth, and that what the mainstream news reports on and what is actually happening is two different things. Like, I'm there. I know what's going on. I know what locations we are at and where the mainstream news is saying we are at. So I'm like, what the fuck? So that kind of started it up. I think then going to LA and getting in marketing after the military also helped that. Working with businesses and working near social influencers. And a big thing when I was working with a social influencer, and they called her to promote veganism, not a vegan product. They called her to promote veganism, period. And I was like, I was a vegan at the time, mind you. 2.5 years I was a vegan. So I was a vegan at the time they did this. So I had a bias, but it kind of interfered with me not thinking that corporations would do the right thing. So I told myself, well, they're just trying to create, a market for it, and maybe they have it, but that's too many different corporations. So I started seeing that there are people who they're calling for political agendas as well. They started calling people for the Hillary campaign. And I'm like, wait. So once I started figuring that out, and then I kind of had some spiritual realizations with that as well, because I was an atheist. And once I started kind of messing with, I guess the dark side, what people call it, spirituality, and more so occultic things, that's when things started happening in my life, and everything kind of got together where I just started realizing more things were lies than I thought. Like, I kind of already knew everything was bullshit, but more things were lies than I thought. And then I just went down, and went into the rabbit hole. And LA was just a big part of the rabbit hole, and just being around people, I just kind of figured out, holy shit, there's a whole nother ecosystem below what's being shown. And it just blew my.
Have you seen that meme where it shows you the internet as an iceberg?
Yes.
Yeah. So it really is like that in the way that media works and the governments work and shit like that, except for it's inverted. Where there's an overarching structure of surveillance, and the corporations that provide that, who are themselves determining how governments operate, how governments communicate, how world governments communicate with each other now is determined by a tech corporation.
Exactly.
Like, there is no way you can decouple the tech from the government.
Yeah.
And when people pretend like it's a private company, they're allowed to do what no, it's the fucking government.
I hate that rebuttal. I'm like, yes, you know what? Maybe that would work if they did not get part of our tax money, if they didn't stump out actual private companies. Like, yeah, it's saying, oh, we can do whatever we want on Twitter, this and that and the other. But we see what happens when other social media companies try and get ahead and try to fucking exist. They get stumped out. So you're creating a situation where we're all restricted to these certain things, and then you're policing like, no, it's not private anymore.
Allie.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good to hear, finally.
Thanks for joining us today. I was fucking...
My other boss, to the other boss, I was like, this boss is going to get rid of me. But then I heard you talking. Shut up. Just go along with it. Come on.
Okay, fine.
No, you're not.
Pretend like I'm okay.
You ruined the bit.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'll allow myself. Look, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
It's a consensus-based show.
It is. For the record, Christ, now started something where people are.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting because at least on camera, it looks like it's me and some hot chicks. So, like,
I'll handle.
Yes, I sell everyone drugs. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the plug. That's it. That's the only reason people show up.
Yeah.
Pretty much, that's it.
Now that we got that out of the way, I want to kind of talk to you about the whole like getting away from atheism into whatever passes for spirituality, because this is a part where I have found like the progressive left, the DSA left, the, as Matt Stoller calls them, frightened authoritarian children, that crew. Yeah, and Matt Stoller's about a piece of shit, dude. Like, fuck that little fucking bastard. But that is an accurate term, and I'm stealing it.
Activity, yes.
I mean, you know, and honestly, it's gonna be funnier when I say it anyway. So, I mean, like, you're welcome, Matt, for creating something worthwhile and poachable that will now make sense and be funny when someone else says it. It's like Bob Dylan, really. All that dude shit sounds better when somebody else is saying it.
Yeah, I agree.
Die mad, Kendra. Where's I fucking headed with that? Oh yeah. So there's a whole like, I don't know, the cult, like the cult of AOC, the cult of Bernie Sanders, this kind of thing. I have a theory that in an increasingly secular society, the same energy that would go into a supernatural belief system or a faith system of faith has been transferred into political identity, where we have deified politicians. We there's a dogma that goes along with it. If you step outside of the dogma, you are open for shunning, you know, and this is where we're at. And these people, almost to a person, profound atheists, you know, die on a fucking hill atheists.
Yes. Steve, you're talking my shit. Me and my brother was just talking about this. And I was trying to formulate a fucking tweet, but I really was going to make a fucking video because all these atheists are so judgmental towards people who have spirituality or religion. I understand why they would be towards the way certain people act, but they do the same thing. I really do. It's the deification of their Capitol Hill idols. It really is. And I just think that there's a mechanism in a human that wants to advocate and just give away power. Like they just do not want to, you know, make their own decision. Personal responsibility is fucking scary for most people now. And I think it's just so societal to, it's easier to worship someone else, even if it's a lie, than to think, oh shit, I have to figure out a way to figure shit out. Plus, we can't do anything by ourselves, right? So the only option other than trusting a government is trusting each other. And man, I will be the first person to say that's scary as fuck. That is a scary thought. When I look around to think, hey, can I create something stable with the surrounding people, you know? So I think these thoughts together just sends people into their own little religion. Like at the end of the day, you're not going to take your own power, you're going to give it away. And atheists just found a way to worship the worst type of gods, if you ask me. At least they're
okay. So check this out, dude.
Yeah.
In 2007, I was living in Boone, North Carolina, and I like sat down and I'm like, okay, I better write a movie, as one does, you know. And so I did. I wrote a whole ass script. About how basically it was like Bob Ross, the painter, Happy Little Trees, that motherfucker, big white dude, big bushy afro. He was the god of atheism in this movie. Okay. Because Bob Ross said it's your world, paint it how you want. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Everyone needs a friend. You know, these are the tenets of Bob Ross. And it actually got picked up, but then immediately put on a shelf, and nobody has touched it since. But like once upon a time, it was optioned for like 5 minutes. But I've seen it fucking happen. Like this, like the joke that I had built this fucking script around, it happened in the political space. And now you've got like progressive identitarians who are just, that's what dominates like the conversation. That's what dominates social media. That's what dominates their fucking their like media sphere, and trying to pierce that bubble, you know, to where you could actually have a rational conversation with someone, harder and harder and harder every day.
It really is.
Almost impossible these days.
I think I started Twitter in the LGBTQ Twitter.
Okay.
So I understand like
Yeah.
the identity thing. Holy shit. I'm gonna try not to go on a rant about LGBTQ Twitter because it's just liberal co-option. It's just liberal. I'm just like, guys, there's so much discourse about label. The only thing they ever do, it's worse than political Twitter. And you see how bad political Twitter is. Swear to God, LGBTQ Twitter is 1,000 times worse when it comes to label discourse. Their whole existence is these subjective labels, and they don't even agree on what this means. I'm like, guys, you're getting mad at people who are not in this community for not understanding these fucking labels and what they contain. And you guys, no one of you agree. None of you. There's fucking insane, and it's just. I mean, it worked, man. They wanted to create more labels, more ego. Like, your ego loves to identify with labels. See, think this is not me. And the more ego ran that you are, the more you're going to be attracted to that culture and that subculture. And I think that's just what you have. You have a whole bunch of self-depreciating yet highly egotistical people who want to give away their power, but shame you and act fucking self-righteous for you not giving away. And it's fucking insane. And that's why I just tell them they're sheeps every day, because I just can't respect that. I just can't respect that way of thinking.
I like you.
I think and nobody has to agree with me. But I think that labels are something that other people look at to determine how much you're worth to them. Like, that's why you put on a label on yourself, is just so that people can determine what you're worth based on what that label says.
Exactly.
You know, that's how fucking brand marketing works. That's all you're doing is brand. Like, you're branding do you understand like the literal meaning of that? Like, you're branding yourself. You're fucking putting a product placement on your body as your identifier. What the fuck are you thinking? Like, why would you, if you explain it like that, no ordinary person would be like, oh yeah, absolutely, dude, give me the fucking hot iron and let me stamp it onto my skin. But then you also see people with like brand name tattoos.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, there's a market for that, I guess.
Yeah. Market for anything. But go ahead.
Fucking crazy. I feel like labels, words suck, but they're needed. It's like, I want to people, but then everything is convoluted because we all have different meanings to certain labels and terms. So we're just kind of speaking at each other instead of to each other. And really breaking that down, it takes a lot of patience that I think that we're not supposed to have with everybody. Like, everyone's not supposed to get along. I have no time to know everyone and validate their fucking feelings. I don't give a fuck. Like, why can't we have some overall arching values, and with those people inside of overall arching values, we connect and we understand each other, but people need to be validated by fucking everybody. And if not, they're oppressed and they're a victim. And I just do not. I don't know.
So we have this crazy idea that, and I say we, I feel like me and a handful of other people. I'm not trying to include anybody, even you, Ali. It's not like a show thing. It's just broadly speaking. This idea that living inside a major metropolitan area as it becomes a smart city is not for us. There are a number of people that are in the process of opting out, have already opted out. Chunks of land here and there, and I think going forward, establishing mutual aid networks and like trade routes that may be, as under the radar as possible, is probably going to what will be the thing that allows communities like this to proliferate, and thrive. Because if you actually read Agenda 2030, it says that like they're only focusing on the major metropolitan areas, and that the outlying areas are going to be basically left to rot because they won't get to be part of this new super transhuman future, and y'all can have that.
Yeah. Agenda 2030 is fucking crazy. It's funny. It's just out there. I think I read it a couple years ago, and I was just trying to tell people, like, look, it's here, but it's triggering. And I really just think that you're right. I think that the only solution for people who do not want to live in the system is not to change the system, but to just fucking leave it. It's kind of, it's a manipulated form of democracy, but it is. At the end of the day, though everything was propagandized, there's certain people who said, no, I'm not going to listen to it. And there's other people who, like, these people are begging for slavery. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want slavery. They're like, daddy government.
Yeah, they want that daddy for sure.
Want that shit, right? Straight up. And so I'm just like, what can you do with that? You can't. I'm not trying to break anyone's will. Even if their will is to be a fucking slave, then fuck it, man. You be a slave. You believe the science. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we can. I'm with her. Make America great again. Whatever stupid ass fucking slogan. Do all that. But most of us, we just need to fucking leave. But most people can't even, even the people who don't want to assimilate, they don't, I hate to say it, they don't have the discipline or the guts to even last off the system. You know, people are very victimized. You know, they'll fucking implode when this shit goes down. So, I mean, I think it really is a time to vet people and definitely connect and get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so you mentioned that you were homeless in adolescence. I spent a good chunk of my early adult life voluntarily homeless. I've been involuntarily homeless a few times as well. I think that kind of shit, like I haven't talked to anybody who's like into opting out who had a wonderful, perfect childhood where everything went well. They went to college with money that they didn't have to, you know, work for growing up, and they, you know, went through the thing. Like, those are the people who flat the fuck out look at us like we're fucking insane. And these are people in my own family, you know, who like have known me since I was born, who have known my thought process and my evolution and everything that I've gone through, and like the sum total of my life, know this shit. And when I talk now, they're like, oh, you like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, if that's what you need to say to make yourself understand,
like, that's bullshit, you know.
It doesn't compute.
Up. And I've dead ass had to have these conversations with people that I've known my entire life, going, do you remember 6 years ago? Like, can you remember 6 years ago? In general, basic question, because it seems like your memory only extends to about January 20th, 2017. And then there's no time before that. And only Trump time. And that's the only way that you can see things now. And I can't have a fucking conversation with you anymore.
Trump owns the people's soul.
Yeah, really.
So you know how MK Ultra is like traumatized, reprogrammed? These motherfuckers got traumatized from fake fucking propaganda from Trump.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, I know. They got traumatized by this fucking Trump propaganda and all this impending doom because of Trump. They just reprogrammed them to where it doesn't matter who they knew back before 2017 and all this bullshit. They now can only think in Trump and non-Trump.
Oh yeah. No, it's like the other night I told Steve this already, but I was out and this couple just asked, like, are you vaccinated? I was like, no. And then they were like, well, you know, it's 2021. And I'm like, and? Like, well, it's not 2020. Trump's on. We're on the up and up. And I'm just like, it wasn't worth it. Normally, as I've gotten older, I'm like, okay, some battles, because like when I was, I don't know, like 10 years ago, I'd have been like, I'm going to just right here, right now. But they're not fucking worth it. If we're bringing that up in like casual conversation, I don't even really know you.
Hey, let me ask you really personal medical questions.
Yeah, like, hey, you have any STDs?
Yeah, right. Like, hi, how are you? And then just like, yeah, just once they said, well, we're on the up and up, you know, no Trump. Like, okay, you know, like if that's really your prism, like how you see the world now, I'm good.
Hey, before we shake hands, I'm gonna need to see your Pap smear results.
Right?
Are you fucking like? I mean, seriously
Yeah.
though.
For real. Like, yeah, and they were like, why not? And I'm like, well,
It's
you
so
heard about a few things.
Hey, according to the fucking study we just read, I don't need to get vaccinated. I just need to stand next to you.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I
so
will.
much. Yeah. You're
Exactly.
shedding all over me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let me back off from you, actually.
Exactly. No, keep that 6 feet. I want this 6 feet rule back.
Yeah, right.
Keep these sheep 6 feet from me. God damn it.
Fuck, dude.
Sheep, man. It can be really disappointing at times. For the most part, I've come to terms with it. But like the day that the AP called for Biden for the presidency, I just remember hearing in my building like just cheers, and I was like, why? It's Saturday morning. The whole fucking courtyard building, and then I go outside. I was like, so this is dystopia. Like I am here now. Like these
It's
motherfuckers are
Chicago.
just like, oh yeah, I know. I mean, but it was just like on steroids, and I was walking. I was just like, oh.
I had to go to Santa Cruz. I think it was that Saturday after the election. And so it's like enough of a pain in the ass for me to go into Santa Cruz anyway, because I fucking hate it, because it's where good NPR liberals go to die.
Oh yeah.
It didn't used to be that way. They used to like the fucking NPR liberals used to hate Santa Cruz because it was nothing but like skater punks and fucking surf Nazis and fucking like acid and shit and like
Now though, that's liberal friendly now.
well, it's so co-opted. Like they fucking it's gross. But I went down and fucking like there was a vehicle parade.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking let the healing begin.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. I'm not. And I'm just standing there like I did not take PCP. I didn't. I am not dusted, but I feel like somebody dusted me. This is not right, dude. What the fuck?
Right, like these people like driving in their Audis, like with like with their Biden flags, like saying like we're free from what oppression? They are like you're driving on your fucking Audi that you came down from your 40th floor penthouse. I understand it's been hard for you. I'm so glad that you're healed. Exactly right. And that's what I'm saying. You fucking idiots. God.
And COVID stopped. That's why I didn't move back to California. Because once COVID started, I knew it was fucked. It was over.
It's over. Yeah.
Blue states is over for me. It's red states from here on out. Like
so, I mean, I feel you, and God, I wish, dude. I'm in a co-parenting situation right now, and like leaving the state is not really an option.
Yeah.
So I'm just going further into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And rather than be like anywhere near Silicon Valley for the next several years, it's fucking, Humboldt County in the big woods and fucking shit like that. Not going to try and be an outdoor weed grower in 2021. Are you fucking dumb? No, that's not going to happen. But like, we can run a semi-subversive fucking media network from there just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah. I mean, at least until they turn the internet off or drone strike the fucking compound.
Yeah. Whatever happens first.
I've made my peace, yo. I did that. I'm in the bonus round. I've been in the bonus round for fucking 15 years, if not 25.
Yeah, I feel you as well. I mean, I lived past longer than I was supposed to. I actually got vaccinated. It was funny when people fucking talk about vaccines with me. I was in the military. I'd make it past, I think actually 30. I made it. I wasn't supposed to make it past 30. I fucking made it. So I'm. Plus, it's funny that you said drone because I'm like, that's what it's gonna be, man. It's just gonna drones to the compounds. Like I'm like, fuck. I was just like, I just know, but you just gotta live your fucking day by day, be fucking cool and fucking have fun with all you can, because it's definitely not our world. It's the masses society. It's the new normal, and anyone who's not played with a new normal, we are expendable as fuck.
We just need to be re-educated.
I know.
Fuck, she dead ass said that. Like, really did. Like AOC was, calling for re-education camps and
know.
sending out mass snitch emails, and people were like, "Yeah, we beat fascism."
Fascism, it's gone. Yeah.
I know. It's so fucking, it's so crazy. But it's really like, those are the majority. I have to keep reminding myself, like, these are the majority. These are the people. Like, it's pretty dire at this point. I remember the craziest thing that I put out that I got resistance to so far was, one, me being anti-beating kids. I don't think authoritarian physical measures, whooping your kids, is a great idea. Fluoride. People got mad because I said, maybe we shouldn't drink the tap water. It was hilarious. People were defending, and then I would even say, okay, they're putting this in from aluminum waste and a fucking byproduct. And they were just like, well, maybe there's a reason. They were like saying mass drugging is okay.
What?
Yes.
They're saying that now?
Mass drugging, weeding out. They were defending it. There were so many people defending fluoride. They freaked out about the moon landing thing. I said, you guys still believe in the moon landing? Are y'all niggas still believe in the moon landing? They were freaking out. And there's NASA articles everywhere in my fucking comments. I mean, it's just like so far gone at this point. Like, the majority is just, they want this.
So, so my friend Jared Beck, he was the principal attorney on the DNC fraud lawsuit. Jared comes on the show to make everybody mad. Like, and I think the last episode that he was on, we titled "Everything You Love Is a PSYOP." Everything, you know, and we just sort of went through for like 3-4 hours and kicked a hole in everybody's favorite thing, and it's oh, dude, it's so fun to watch what people choose to get mad about, like what they're willing to accept, right? And then like where they'll fucking plant that flag, and for it to be the moon,
the atrocity, the filming was atrocity. It's like, did you even try? Did you guys try? Why are there shadows? Why are there cameras?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it was so bad.
But see, we had to recreate it in a studio later because we taped over the original moon landing. Just, you know how it is. You forget to write the label on the tape, and like you come across it and you're like, could be porn, could be a news broadcast. I don't know. Better just record over it. That's what they did with the moon landing.
Oops.
The moon landing.
Yeah.
And didn't the fucking president get a phone call?
Yes. That's the
Hey, we're on the moon box.
Like, dude, what?
Nothing.
I would love to. Like, I mean, I love like space and shit. The idea of it, whatever. I mean, I like it, but I hate, admitting that. Like, I mean, yeah, we didn't.
I think there's something. I think
there's
celestial bodies. I just don't know, because I'm into astrology and shit.
Yeah,
and
same.
I definitely think there's a lot of validity. At least she has been in my life. I just don't believe it's what they fucking say. I know there's CGI NASA shit. I know that's not fucking it. You know what I'm saying? It looks. Guys, what do you is responsible for the such a different diversity in consciousness level? Because you have people from all different backgrounds that will end up figuring out what we know and seeing through that everything's a lie. You have the multiple people, the most people who are just believing all the bullshit. What do you think the difference is?
That's a good question.
Because I can't really find it in the nurturing, because everyone has a different story of who figures out. I do think a hard life sometimes seems to be a thing. When you're too privileged, I think you don't really question things. Find a singular variable, unless you start talking about spiritual fucking theories.
Because that's kind of where my mind goes. Like, there has to be some kind of thing connecting that, that mindset almost, or just, I don't know. I suppose just the trait of curiosity, but I honestly would go more with the spiritual thing, because I don't know what else explains it.
I'm about to talk some shit based on nothing that I have any interest in or know anything about. I have this whole thing is coming solely from what I saw on a thread about Myers-Briggs personality type.
Which I also love those.
So, out of the 16 types, only 4 are anti-authoritarian. And that too, I guess, or what I'm going to suggest, because again, I'm just talking shit. I have no idea if there's any validity to this or not. I'm basing this solely off a fucking meme, okay? It's up to you to decide if there's any validity to it. But based off of this, there's only 4 anti-authoritarian personality types based on the Myers-Briggs thing. So, if that's the case, a lot of shit's going to start to make sense, because only a quarter of all personality types are wired to be anti-authoritarian. Out of that quarter, you're going to have people that are going to be more willing to go along to get along than others. And that's the long and short of it. We've got a whole fuck ton of authoritarians. There's about 25% of us that are like, nah, fuck it. And we're gonna have to like figure out how to get along in the same space. I think we can, if we fucking good fences make good neighbors, right? To fucking, this is my space. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want on my space. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. But it's my space. Like, I can respect that. I can.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ego as well. I definitely think it's spiritual, but I also think it's ego. I think there are people who have more of a capacity to be anti-authoritarians because there's censors and then there's like intuitives. And I have never met an anti-authoritarian. I'm trying to think of anti-authoritarian censors, which are people who are like way more likely to react to life with their senses instead of their intuition. Most of those people are just kind of go along with the flow. So I definitely can agree with that.
I think mine is ENTJ. What do you know?
I can see that. Mine's INTJ.
Oh, cool. Okay. See, look what you started, Steve. And what are you, Steve? Oh, wait, you're not going to tell. I forgot. Because you took the test, right?
Yeah, Nico had all of it. He was like, hey, welcome to the MCSE network. Thanks for being a part of the fam. Take this fucking personality test so I can categorize you.
Yeah. I was all about it.
I'm glad you didn't have my email for that one. I didn't have to do shit.
Hey, Nico.
It's really
I've already taken the stupid thing.
Proton Mail. Make Josh take the fucking test.
Hey, I took it like a year ago. I'll just send him what I was. I don't remember though.
I was whatever the campaigner personality type is, whatever that is.
Okay.
And then there was an extra letter attached to it, labeling me turbulent.
Yes, he's an ENFPT.
Oh wait, I think I messed mine up. Whoops.
I
can't even remember my name. I thought I was an Wait, am I? Go ahead.
I mean, look, dude, I kind of feel a little extra judged by the extra letter.
Not everybody gets an extra letter.
But I mean, turbulence can be fun, right? So fuck it.
Or turbulent kind of just means you're more questioning of yourself. And assertive means you're kind of more sure in yourself. So turbulent personalities are kind of more prone to question things.
Oh yeah, no, I have a steady regimen of microdosing just so that I don't spend all day questioning myself.
ENTP.
ENTP.
For everybody out there that was, I'm sure, waiting.
Yes.
I honestly don't know what any of this shit means. I fucking answered the questions and like set the thing over and then went about my shit. You
didn't spend hours looking at the explanation.
I definitely.
No.
I love this shit.
All that shit. I'm such a fun.
The longest amount of time I spent on it was Fee was like, hey, explain your personality, your Myers-Briggs without saying what it is. So I went and like looked up other people who had the same personality type, found someone in the cast of Doctor Who and was like, okay, well, that'll fucking work. Yeah. I like can fucking make it, obscure enough.
I'm going to talk about this stuff more.
And also promote Doctor Who. which, let's be honest, far superior to American science.
May the 4th be with
I'm
you.
mad about it. I'm mad about it.
Everything's superior to Americans these days.
Yeah. It ain't good.
I'm just saying, there's a lot more fun in an old school Doctor Who that there is, and you get more and better life lessons than you do from the fucking gay luxury space communism that Star Trek promises you. If you want the fully automated gay luxury fucking space communism, dude, yeah, for sure, dude, for sure, Star Trek, absolutely. The fucking rugged individualism, you go for the Doctor, I suppose. I don't know, dude. I'm just talking shit. I am.
Hey, talk on. I'm enjoying this.
Carry on, please. Carry on.
I do. Seriously. I mean, and I know there are a lot of people that are like just Star Trek fucking fans, dude. I know that, and I know that the next generation specifically is like where their heartstrings get pulled the most. And I want to tell you that Jean-Luc Picard's a bitch. I do. The captain of the Enterprise. Has intergalactic blood on his hands. That guy is fucking blood. Do you realize that like the whole point of the Federation is to be the fucking space fascists? Like they are the ultimate arbiters of which planets get to live, die, and trade.
Can they just have
Are
their
they space
day?
Nazis? Oh shit, they are.
Yeah, I know that.
What the fuck?
The entire audience is just gone.
You will eat bugs and like it.
I'm gonna go over to Twitter after this, and they're gonna be like, "We canceled Slow News Day.
Just
He
done.
made fun of Star Trek. He's fucking."
He said they're a bunch of gay communists, space communists.
The Space Communist Federation's like coming after you. With a hard
Am I
Space-
wrong though? Am I
Space
wrong?
Nazi
No, you're
commies?
not. I don't. The fallout from this will just be fucking horrible.
There's sensitive people
No,
who
you're
watch.
not wrong though.
I missed that. You cut out there a little.
I
bit.
said there's sensitive people who watch this show.
I occasionally,
Yeah,
occasionally.
not sure why.
Most of the audience, though, like the bulk of the Slow News Day audience,
Mhm.
fucking savages.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So weird when people like engage with shit they know they're too pussy for. Like I have a fucking account and it's imagine trusting celebrities and politicians. And every time I talk about a politician, one of these fucking cucks lose their mind. I'm like, you came to a fucking page
Yeah.
entitled Imagine Trusting Politicians and Celebrities and then freaked out when I did it. I just I just understand Bill Gates. Maybe, perhaps, some of these motherfuckers should. I don't know.
I'm not saying I'm for the depopulation agenda. I'm just saying a lot of these people need to die.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
I'm not necessarily in the way that Bill Gates wants you to die. I don't think you are advocating mass vaccination as a method for population control.
I mean, I think anyone who wants to trust the science should have access. If there was a fucking vaccine fucking kiosk on every corner, I wouldn't give a two fucks. If you want to trust the government, bro, this is just Darwinism at this point. But if someone, it's just really that it's bringing us down. I want the fucking free thinkers to be able to just do what the fuck they want. I just think to learn their lessons, and if you trust the government after all they fucking did, bro, you just have to learn you're not that special because it's narcissism. It's American exceptionalism. Like this whole country was fucking built on whatever the fuck they said. Like I know there was genocide. Who knows what happened in the fucking that shit? Was genocide. All they do is imperialisms and coups. They kill people, they kill their own citizens. And you trusted them to inject you with something? Like, bro, sometimes lessons are hard, And these niggas need to learn it. I just don't know why, with so many of these people, they need to fuck with us. They're greedy. They're greedy. You can just leave us alone. There's so many people who was gonna
just leave me alone. It's like fucking A.
So we've talked about this I don't know. I guess really for about 6 months now, because that's when it dawned on me. But I called Nico, and it was one of those things where it's like, hey, I got something to run by you, and then like 4 hours later, it's like, okay, well, cool, I should probably hop off. But because the independent media landscape, specifically the political landscape, is just so fucking dominated by little dick energy, that when fucking like anyone comes into that space with some real shit or some actual fucking meat, everybody hates you immediately.
Yeah.
And then it's just this fucking like dog pile of like a fucking they gotta be running a snitch factory somewhere where they just create these motherfuckers whose like goal in life it is to come through every aspect of your life to find that one thing you said that one time that can be twisted and turned and taken out of context to paint you as whatever the fucking undesirable flavor of that particular day is.
Yeah. And they have plenty of content for me. Have fun, because I don't delete shit.
Yeah, neither do I. If they go back far enough, I'm sure it would really confuse some people.
Once they get triggered, I'll just retweet it all day. I'll just retweet it. Once I figure it out, okay, that's the button. Fuck it. You want to be mad?
It's working for you, shit. So whatever.
Yeah, I wish Glory wasn't in finals, because Glory Jones, her ability to like maintain suspension of reality for a 20-year-old, largely gone, except for sports.
Everybody's got to have their thing.
Sports are real.
Oh my God. They were so upset. They got so upset. I was talking about sports. I was talking about to the guys. I was like, okay, so you guys know all this shit, but you believe in fucking sports? Oh,
right.
These motherfuckers got so far. I mean, again, everyone has their thing. You know, I'm trying to find mine, because there's people who I think are very bright, and I can't, you know, but they'll have their propaganda there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out where my propaganda still is. So, you know, no judgment. But man, these niggas got mad. Men were pissed. Like, there was men who were fucking screenshotting my tweet and then doing like a voiceover because the tweet wasn't enough. They needed to audibly tell me how wrong I was and why sports is. And I'm like, bro, does anyone remember that Tim Tebow thing to where he ran like a certain amount of yards over and over and over again, and the number just repeated? And I'm like, you guys believe this? You guys believe these stats actually happen? Brady and Bill Belichick exist. Like, if that, it right there should give like, hey, it's fake. Like, I just don't understand the like obsession with it. Didn't the Patriots win after 9/11 as well? Like, what the fuck?
They always fucking win, yeah.
Like,
so
of course they did.
This is the thing, and if because you're about to like head into this whole fucking realm, and like, dude, I mean, we'll have your back. By the way, like with your show and shit, we'll gas you up, but you know, and all that. But like, you're about to find out that this whole landscape is fucking junior high school with some grown ass adults in it. And it's like that, dude. It's fucking weird. It's fucking dumb. And like the little petty fucking disputes and shit, like online shit, blows up into real world. I'm trying to ruin your career now. And like, it's, you know, I mean, and so
shit.
So because of that, like, I don't know. I feel like you, with your perspective that you're coming into this from, gonna have an easier time navigating it than someone who is coming in to be a pundit, right? Like our approach is we approach media from a place of activism. There's very specific goals that we have in mind for what we want media to do. And how we want it to like sustain the communities that we're trying to create, you know. And that just, it's in direct like confrontation
Yeah.
with this manufactured confusion bullshit and this narrative management bullshit and this fucking, we've got to make sure that our team doesn't talk to anyone outside of our team, because truly the only way that we can gain complete world power is by limiting the people we want to talk to. There's a purity test to come into this space in order to have this conversation. If you aren't the right kind of person, we won't have you on the show. Like, why would you make that your business model? You know what I mean?
I thought it was a joke, honestly, because I'm pretty new in this too, to be honest with you. And it's laughable. Like, there's been many times where I'm just like, wait, this is like, people are actually upset about this to the point where they will go out of their way, not only to like disparage you, but just to like, I mean, you live, I love this expression, but it's just true. It's, you live rent free in their head, and it's fucking weird. And who am I? I'm like, I mean, the shit that like Glory and Steve get, that's my shit like pales in comparison to that. I've just, it is in this space, and it's really sad, I think, when you do like at first kind of expect that there are a lot more people that are like, oh, cool, like we're on the same page. And then you slowly realize, then quickly realize a lot of people are just in it for themselves. And that's, you know, it is what it is. But I just say, like, get the fuck out of the way then, because we have shit to do. So stop trying to block what we want to do. If you want to be a pundit, then good for you. But you're a fucking pundit. Get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even fucking blame them. People are fucking dumb as shit. I'm a chill sympathizer. I'm just too real. I could never be fake. I don't have the ability. Like,
It's a
my
lot
whole
of energy.
Exactly. My whole life, I fucking fucked up so much shit. I couldn't just shut the fuck up and go along with the fucking program. So if I could do it, I would have done it for myself by now. But here I am saying real shit. It just doesn't fucking work for me. Also, when you're really an anti-authoritarian, it just would fucking kill your soul to fucking like, fucking, you know, to just like, even though you know, like, fuck it, they're gonna do what they're gonna fucking do. People are stupid. It just kills your soul to like play into the bullshit. It really fucking does.
Oh yeah, like people that are just like, well, there's nothing we can do about it, or like, there's just the way it is. There's something inside me when I hear that, I get like, no, it doesn't. You can still go down with the fight. It doesn't have to be that way. You can still go down with the fucking fight. Just accepting it. It's just, yeah, it's not in my DNA. It is not possible.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, ENTPs. Yeah, that's definitely. It's not fucking. Yeah, it really is. It's just something fucking different. Like, some people will only fight fights that they know they can win, and I've never been that fucking person. So. And at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of the way. I'm just trying to go on the fucking commune for the fucking homies and the other free thinkers. Let the sheep be sheep. I tell people all the time, I'm fucking not a big of a moralist. I just think fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if AOC wants her fucking cult, that's cool, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what you do. I'm gonna talk my shit. But they're fucking dumb. They fucking deserve it. Good. Have fun. And I'm just gonna do what I fucking do. Like, it's crazy, but it really is. They do. You live rent free in people's head. Like, there's pages set up where there's just all my fucking tweets screenshotted and other people screenshot it, and there's so many different people who are have any interaction with leftist space, and they just screenshot us and they just fucking put us up, and they all have this little mutual masturbation session.
Yeah, man. They make these little collages of people. Yeah, the list.
They're
like,
putting out fucking lists. Like, and calling it like an enemies list or a, you know, and shit like that. It's
like, look at you. You just spent an hour making a little like Canva graphic of like all these pictures that you went to their websites and took screenshots of them. That's what you just did today.
That's insane, though.
Right?
Each their own, but like,
just endorse the Rockfin channel. It's $10 a month. Like, and fucking, you can get all your hate out there. You can leave comments. Come interact with my chat crew. You'll have fun. Like, and fuck. So when we went to Washington D.C. for the second or third time last year, to do Assange events, I got extra high the first night that I got there, because Washington D.C. has so much concentrated evil that I feel like I have to up my cannabis intake significantly in order to like counterbalance the concentrated evil. Otherwise, you know, I'll fucking nut up and be like, "There's fucking demons everywhere." You know, like you don't want that. You don't, because I'll do that shit. And the result of that was like, I'm hella baked, and I'm like, okay, man, everybody on my channel is a moderator today. You know, they fucking just pass out like 15 or 20 fucking riches, and like those fucks regulate that chat, dude. Like, if you come in to fucking talk shit or troll, they'll let you for a minute, but they'll fuck with you, and then keep fucking with you. And you'll either like change your whole worldview or leave so fucking pissed off that you'll never come back. And it's great.
Those are the best people, and that's why a lot of people I do like. There's a lot of, I tell you all the time, you're either getting red pilled or roasted in my fucking comment section, one or the other, because they are fucking hilarious there. They're really
we take the red pilled people and then we black pill the fuck out of them.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, these people are still on, you know, moon landings, you know, like it was funny because I started off like a very politically based. I was kind of trying to slowly lead people away from like, hey guys, maybe, I don't know, politicians don't care about us, you know? And then it's just like, a lot of people did help, but eventually shit just got so crazy. I'm like, look, it's fucking stupid to make your vote count. That's just dumb fucking intellectual. Like, it's just intellectual infant. I just cannot believe so many people think the U.S. government cares about their.
I know.
They're definitely not secret society shit. You do.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe it either. I mean, they're so good to us.
I love it.
That Center for Health Security report that I sent you. I want to pull some of that up. I mean, we did a pretty fucking thorough dive on it on Sunday. But oh no, there it is.
Yeah, I'm curious what you thought of that gem.
The section, not the self-spreading vaccine section, because we did that to death, but like the surveillance capabilities and the shit like remote sensing for agricultural pathogens. Like, these people are straight up telling you, we not only want to monitor you down to the molecular level, but we are going to have real-time tracking and informational data on every living thing. This is what we want. This is what we must have in order to maintain asymmetrical superiority of the artificial intelligence era. And people are like, yeah, let's go vote.
Yeah, go vote. Third party, woo!
I don't think most people are so dumbed down when they read that shit. They don't even read it. These people defend bills that they never read.
No.
No, none of these people have ever read a fucking bill in its entirety. They never even look at that. They're just like, hey, yeah, let's give them this power because they named it something good. That's the help us laws, guys. Who cares if there's just a whole bunch of fashion ass shit in there? It says,
big deal.
Exactly. It says the help us laws. Why would they name it the help us laws if it wasn't?
It says they care right in the title of the bill. It's the CARES Act. It's not going to be the single largest upward transfer of wealth in recorded human history. No.
It's care. Or like, I just saw something like the see something, say something act, like another one of those. I'm just like,
do y'all like?
Come on, guys.
People have no idea where that came from. See something, say something. They have no idea where that came from. Anybody want to wager a guess?
Isn't it from?
Where are your papers?
Yeah, it's probably from Nazi Germany.
It is. It's from Nazi Germany.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought maybe it was from 9/11, like first. So it's wonderful. So its origins are also from Nazi Germany.
I literally make this comparison all the time. I'm like, guys, the Nazis used fucking health as a fucking reason. Like, oh, they're imperial. They use the same thing. They use scientists. They say, hey, the science said. They did the same fucking shit. Like, so down to the T. And they're like, that's anti-Semitic. This anti-Semitic. Why don't compare what's happening to Nazi Germany? I'm like, man, fuck you. It's fucking.
The Nazis just moved here. Like this.
They did, and not even voluntarily. Like, we brought them here. We uprooted them and said, here, fucking Werner, we'll shower you with fucking riches, and hey, help us start NASA while you're fucking at it.
Nazis. That's what, because the American government will co-opt everything. They co-opted the Nazis. That's how
Sam Tripoli, my buddy and just hilarious fucking comedian.
Funny dude.
He refers to Operation Paperclip as the Nazi draft. Okay, so it was because we didn't get all the Nazis we were trying to. You know, the UK got some, Russia got some, but world powers got to, you know, pick and choose and vie for, you know, the remaining Nazis, but we did, we you know, we selected well in the Nazi draft, I guess, you know, for us.
We did well.
And built a pretty good team up over the years.
I would say so.
In terms of like empire expansion and world domination, the relocation of the capital of Rome. I mean, for the time that we've had it, you know, it's been okay, but as empires do, this is collapsing and they're going to relocate the capital of Rome again. They're probably going to drop it in fucking Beijing. That's going to surprise a lot of people, but expect that shit. Expect it. You know, I mean, really, because what we've seen, in my opinion, over the course of the fucking entire Western civilization is nothing more than the relocation of Rome. You look at fucking how all of these buildings and fucking towns that like are independent little fucking nation states inside other countries, like the city of London, like Washington, D.C., like Vatican City. Those things, independent fucking nation states that have their own fucking rules and governance, those exist and they're real. And people are like, yeah, we could just vote. We can. If we vote harder, we can. Everyone who lives within 100 miles of a coastline is in a constitution-free zone.
That's horrifying.
And it's like 60% of the fucking country.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of the country, right.
Where at any moment the Constitution can be suspended. But if we just vote harder, I'm like, and look, I know there's a lot of well-meaning, well-intentioned people who are like coming into politics really for the first time over the last 5 years. I know that.
I know that. Yeah, welcome. They somehow end up here.
But like, here's the thing, dude. If you've noticed that things are accelerating at a pace that like hasn't really happened before. If you've noticed that, you know, shit like the CARES Act happened, there was this huge wealth consolidation and power grab. If you've noticed that shit and you're still talking about like there are electoral solutions to this or there are legislative solutions to this and you're not getting that fucking Bill Gates money, bro, you're selling yourself short. Like, you really are, because you're doing a lot of fucking PR for the empire unwillingly, voluntarily.
Yeah,
like, advertise that shit. Be Walker Bragman. Advertise that shit. Like, real fucking Walker's bitch ass and be like, here's how you do fucking corporate propaganda. This is what you do. You need to go talk to the people who have been affected by COVID. You need to talk to the doctors who are on the front lines, who are fucking prescribing these vaccines. This is what he told me. Get out there, Steve. Actually, this is what Walker Bragman said. Oh, I saw. Like, fucking dead ass. Like, if you were a real journalist, this is how you'd be doing it. You just described how to do fucking public relations, you fucking mook. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you just described PR. And and so this is why the Daily Poster has to ask for money every time they put out a tweet, because nobody's fucking buying their shit, dude.
My condolences.
Yeah, and I told myself I wasn't gonna fucking make like specifically fucking name check people going forward, but Walker Bragman's a piece of shit. Fuck. Like really, dude. Like, and honestly, bro, like I know that I'm probably not going to run into Walker Bragman anytime soon. But Walker, I know you watch. I know you do. Just hit them reps, buddy. Fuck, I want to see that fucking fan cam of you doing fucking chin ups, staring at a picture of me.
Hi, Walker. Nice to meet you.
What's up, buddy?
But I mean, seriously, dude, if you're going to fucking go and just like drop to the ground, get up on all fours, and just wave your ass around until somebody fucking gets up in it, like make sure you're getting paid for that. Make sure you're getting paid for that.
Man, it's got a point. Got a point.
I don't know.
Get paid for it at least.
Right? Please? Please. Like, like, are you fucking, because otherwise, dude, it's just kind of degrading.
Yeah, I can't believe people are just running free PR for the establishment, but here we are.
People people really, and I've, this has happened to me. It's hard to accept when you've been fooled, but have some fucking humility and realize we're all human. So like, it is possible that you may have been lied to and that you maybe fell for it. Doesn't mean that you're, like eternally doomed to always being convinced or duped, but like people's pride, man, like to just admit that, oh, maybe I didn't see this properly, or, oh, I should look into it this way. Like I'm always learning. So I think a lot of times people just get real married to their ideas. And I don't know if you can really reconcile some of those relationships. Like I said, I just kind of want to go away too. Like, do you, AOC people, go do you, have fun. I don't want to be there for it. I don't need you to come lecture me onto why I need to be there for it.
I'm going to be documenting how to build cabins. I'm going to be documenting how to build tiny homes. I'm going to be documenting how to fucking set up passive solar. I'm going to be documenting how to fucking wire up your shit. Like all of this is getting recorded. We're going to try and hopefully like, condense it down into easily digestible videos, but this shit's happening. Like I'm fucking like a couple of weeks away from being up there and fucking, leveling ground.
That's awesome.
There are plenty of people who are way more ahead of the game and set up and established, just because they, didn't have 3 kids and don't know what money is. Fucking like, dude, being a parent in California is one of the most expensive things, especially a poor parent. Like people forget how much money it costs to be poor. It literally takes all of your money to be poor. If you had more money, you wouldn't be poor.
Right.
See how that works? Like it took all of it. It took all of it. You're still poor. That's all your money.
We would just save. That's what I always hear people say.
Save what?
Right.
Save
exactly.
what? Save what?
If you're making every week.
You're making $4,800 a month in California. You're still like $1,200 short on fucking rent and bills if you have kids. The fucking San Francisco Chronicle in 2016 or 18 came out with an article said if you live in the Bay Area and you make $147,000 a year, you're poor. If you're a family of 4, that's poverty level for a family of 4. 147K a year.
And they wonder why people are leaving. The fuck? That's poor?
Yeah.
100,000. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
damn.
I mean, Sam
is it's pricey out there, but shit.
Like it's
anyone's still there.
Because you can't afford to move out.
Well, yeah, you can't leave either because they'll
think about how much moving costs. You know, what are you gonna do? Like put all your shit in a fucking Ryder truck and go where? Somewhere where you haven't fucking where you may not have where you don't have a job. Have you been able to build up a nest egg to move? Like you got first month's rent, last month's rent, deposit. You got that? Do you? Oh yeah, Ed, you've got fucking gas money to get to work before you get a paycheck. Oh, you don't have a job.
No.
Okay.
No job.
You know, I mean, like,
man.
it's a fucking, I mean, dude, it's a beautiful place to move to. It's a really hard place to move out of just because you can't fucking afford to leave. Like, and you got out and fucking, you know, that's fucking awesome, dude. I don't know too many people that aren't like just single or like, you know, couple no kids that were able to fucking get out unless they've got like Joe Rogan money and they can afford to fucking buy a comedy club, a compound, and like 7 human beings, you know, that they can fucking buy and own and pay salaries for and put them on their property to make their lives easier. I can't wait till that happens for me. I can't. I need a personal assistant with a personal assistant. I do. I think everybody needs a personal assistant.
That's true.
But like I definitely need one, dude, because I won't eat unless I'm reminded. I fucking like hate paperwork. I don't fucking like, I'm just bad at a lot of shit. I'm really good at a lot of shit, but I never bothered to fucking go in for the clerical stuff because I'm a goddamn carpenter. I swing a hammer, I get a paycheck, and I fucking hand money to people. Like that's, you know, fucking.
I'm like, I can help you, but I'm like forgetful or like cares about the same. Like I hate paperwork too, so it's like we're all just like fuck. But yeah,
got to be a better way to do it. If we can eliminate the bureaucracy when we build community, I feel like we'll be getting a pretty good head start.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't meant to. Like I forget to fucking. It's hard to. I work all the fucking time. I'm always training someone or doing a fucking massage or something, and then after that, you have to fucking feed yourself and shit. And then I'm trying to fucking create content. And shit. There's not enough time to do it like for one person. Like, you're not supposed to do this shit by your fucking self. So
yeah.
So hey, dude, I know you got to get out of here and you got shit to do. Thank you. This has been fucking awesome. We should do this again. And let people know where they can find you. Let people know like when the show's gonna drop and what it's gonna be about and where they could find that too.
It's gonna be on Rockfin actually, and it's gonna be May 12th. I've already made. I think it's under Sky Daddy here, but I don't know if it's open for creator content. But you can find me on Twitter at Sky_Daddy, or you can find me on IG at SkyZaddy.
Oh yeah.
Meeting you.
Thank you. It's been a great meeting you.
Yeah,
dude. We're gonna. I got some Rockfin tips to read off here real quick.
Oh, there's no glory.
There's no glory.
I mean, I saw I should be thinking of that. I should be picking up the slack, but nope.
Always.
Says I think a lot of people have faith because the real truth scares the crap out of them. I don't know. It's worth getting into. Trey Wright, thank you very much. Zella mates, love y'all. Jared Goldstein says, discover your dysfunction with your media or literally fear for your life. That's the line they drew. Watching you guys has been a blessing. Thanks. Thank you, Jared. That's incredibly nice. It really fucking weird when people compliment us. So try and move subjects rapidly. Let's see, what day is it? Tuesday? Yeah. Okay, so join us Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be talking to Mark Steves from My Family Thinks I'm Crazy, which again, dude, that's just a great name for a fucking podcast. It is. Like between Deborah Gets Red Pilled and My Family Thinks I'm Crazy, I'm like, fuck, dude, we really missed the boat on the fucking show names.
Those are good names.
Have you seen Deborah Gets Red Pilled? Yo?
No.
So okay, so it's there's a dude who brings his Bay Area mother-in-law onto the show to get her brain broken by like heavy fucking hitters. And so the woman who's, you know, retired in her 60s and shit like that, you know, she just gets her fucking wig split and then we'll go and like watch MSNBC for a day or CNN for a day and like all of it'll fall out. But she comes back every week. Like it's fucking like mental waterboarding, dude. And the show's been on for almost a year and she's starting to fucking like, okay, fuck it. You're right. You know, shit. You know, she's about there and like about to the point to where she's realizing that like she's going to lose all of her friends. You know?
A big reason people don't accept the truth, but I have to watch that. Fuck.
Oh, dude, it is a great fucking concept for a show. What else we got coming up? Oh yeah, the fucking call-in show. Get your shit together.
Yeah,
we're gonna run another episode of that, I think. So make sure that you're calling in for that. It's a whole lot of fun. It is possible that we will never break the record of fucks that was dropped by that caller on the fucking first show.
Shadow
dude.
Van Refugee.
But don't limit yourself, world.
Stevie,
I
this
loved
episode
it.
brought to you by the F word.
This
I was here for it. I
episode
loved
is
it.
brought to you by the letter F.
Oh man, that shit was funny.
So yeah, and I'm gonna have a meeting with the people from Aftermath FM. We're gonna figure out what our schedule is there. We're gonna fucking I'm still coming to terms with the fact that like something we do is going out on iHeart. I don't
That's pretty fucking wild.
Wow.
no idea how long that's gonna last. But fuck it, you know, like
iHeartRadio.
So, congratulations, though, but that's surprising.
yeah, dude. So what? Okay, so there's a guy named Jimmy Jean who's on this network, Aftermath. It's like Clyde Lewis's is the flagship show. I'd be like heavy into the kind of realm that we go into. And I did one show as a guest, and the station manager saw it and was like, "Hey, do you want to come on the network? You know, what's a job like that pay?" And fucking figured that shit out. And yeah, like at least twice a week, there's gonna be a podcast of ours that goes out on iHeartRadio.
You
I
guys,
was like, I don't expect me.
you guys, I kill the fucking normies, yo.
Formerly known as Clear Channel.
Right.
That's
And so we retain ownership of the content,
Mhm.
no matter what, and that's the only thing that I give a fuck about.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, but to be like straight up, this is how the shit works. Any ad revenue that comes from iHeartRadio, we get 70% of that. They get 30% of that.
Mhm.
If I can build out communities based on what Clear Channel and iHeartRadio are fucking throwing us as a pittance in ad revenue,
I mean, channels this time?
I don't. So Aftermath FM is the network.
After that.
So that would be the iHeart channel is Aftermath FM. I believe, I don't know. I've had one phone call with the station manager. I'm about to go into like more meetings tonight and figure out how all that shit works. Fucking no, dude. Like I'm straight up mystified by this shit. Huh?
When do you guys figure out?
This week. It's yeah.
New news.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, really, it was that quick. I was a guest on the show. The station manager saw it, was like, "We want your show on this fucking network." And we're going from there. And they didn't even know about Glory and Allie. They just heard me. They found out that there were like two women that, you know, fucking actually carry the show. And I'm just fucking like, you know, fucking shit talker back here. And they're like, "Holy crap, we don't have any women in the conspiracy world at all." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's a big ass problem."
Yeah, it is.
What? I gotta
Not many.
talk because I
Yeah, for real. But like, and again, this comes back to the whole like the media landscape dominated by little dick energy, because so there aren't a lot of people who like aren't trying to fuck every female they get near, right? And actually, like, I've been incredibly impressed by the work that has come out from like the world of investigative journalism and female reporters who get shit on everywhere. It's slept on and fucking ignored because because it's intimidating or scary or something to like learn shit from a girl. I don't know.
Yeah, they just want you to sit, like, and just be and like exist in that space. But if you have an opposing view,
Yeah, no, you're kind of the opposite of that here. I would rather not talk as much and let y'all do that shit because you fucking brain breaking fucking rock stars, dude. So keep that shit up and I'm like happy to host it. You know,
We're here for it.
fucking I got cabins to build and shit, you know. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you to the people who did throw the tips over on the rock fan. I'm not gonna fucking do the voice. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Always appreciated. I tried.
Okay.
And someone did send a super chat too. I'm
It's
sorry.
always appreciated on Slow News Day. That was for Glory.
See, I'll take that from you, dude. For whatever reason, it kills my soul when Glory does it.
It's about
I'm
30
kidding,
times
Jones.
louder.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like, she's listening.
I'm
Now it's
kidding.
me.
Don't come at me, Glory Jones. I'm kidding.
Just
Learn
fine.
how to take some shit, kid. Sky Daddy, thank you. This has been fucking
Thank
great.
you,
Please go check her out on the tweeters and the Instagram, and definitely looking forward to the show. Would love to have you back on.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. Thanks to Sleepy Josh on the ones and twos, my better than your co-host, Ali Alexandra. You guys fucking rock. We'll see you soon. Good luck to us all.
Bye, guys.